Why, hello there, friends. It's Emma here, the Bookish Princess. I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas and a very happy New Year. I hope you enjoyed the Feb Regency announcement that went up yesterday. I'm so excited for our Regency Era Readathon. This is its second year. It'll be running throughout the month of February. So I am planning out my TBR, and I will have that for you soon. But I thought it would be fun to start out the year with a little book haul. I did get quite a few books for Christmas, so I thought I'd share them. So I guess we should go from smallest to largest because it'll be hardest to get the largest off the bottom of the pile. However, the two on top are kind of the highlights that I was most excited for. So there are a number of antique books here. These two I did specifically put on my list for Santa. They are 2 volumes of the poet Cowper, spelled Cowper. He was a Regency era poet. He was Jane Austen's favorite poet, and these two books are actually from the Regency period. You can see they have this lovely book plate in the middle, in the front, that says Miss Frances Ellis, 1824. So these books date back to 1824, which is within our definition of the Regency era. These, I'm pretty sure, are now the oldest books on my shelf. I do love old books. My brothers love old books. They gave me some of these. But I'm so excited to have something from Jane Austen's era. This is slightly after she passed away, but it is still, it's pretty close, and it's the oldest item on my shelf. They're so pretty, and the size is just so lovely, and it's got this beautiful pattern and texture on the spine. It's in 2 volumes. The second volume clearly had the book plate for Miss Frances Ellis. I wonder who she was. Did she love Cowper? It clearly once had it because you can kind of see the faded mark from it on the inside page, but now it's got this pretty cutout of just a lovely flower maiden, and I wonder, isn't it fascinating to wonder about the history of antique books? Like, who put this in? Was it Miss Frances Ellis herself? Did the book plate fall off and she thought, oh, I'll just replace it with that? Yes, I don't think this has any marginalia, and I don't think I'll be adding any. I do love writing in books, though. But for a book this old, I'll probably just leave it as it was. If Miss Frances Ellis didn't mark any passages, then I suppose I won't either. And then next I have a couple stationery items. My cousin Becky gave me this adorable to-do list. To do or not to do, rather. It's a Rifle Paper Company product with all the beautiful books at the bottom. I love having a fresh to-do list, like, you know, a brand new notepad. There's just something so inspiring about it, and something so fresh, so very fun to have that at the start of the new year. And then one of my brothers gave me this beautiful notebook. I have to decide what exactly to put in it. Isn't it lovely with that kind of foil cover? It's even got some pretty foil on the spine. It says the Grimoire Line Notebook, the Creeping Moon Co. I've never heard of them, but I do really like the design. And then the other notebook, actually it's over here, the stationery item, is a planner. I love having a planner just to note, you know, important dates, but also I use it as a scrapbook. I often will cut little tickets or just little paper goods and paste them in from trips or from fun meals, things like that. This is the Jane Austen 2023 engagement calendar. It's who does it? Sterling, New York. I have gone through so many different engagement planners, engagement calendars. That I did for a while. There was the Jane Austen Society of North America published one, which I really liked. And then for a while there was one called Reading Woman, and they still do the wall calendars for Reading Woman. They have beautiful paintings of women reading. But I really wish they'd bring back the engagement calendar, the book style calendar, because I have, you know, years and years of Reading Woman calendars, and then they stopped making them. And so now I'm scrambling to find another engagement calendar. This one, I didn't realize when I put this on Santa's list that it started in August. I thought it was just January 2023 to December, but that's okay. We'll have to come up with some use for the extra pages. But yes, it's got, I don't think that's actually a painting of Jane Austen, but it's a very pretty Regency painting, and it does have lots of Jane Austen quotations for each week. So very excited to have this for 2023. My brother Porthos found this book of cat poems, which I'm very excited to dive into. Cymbeline is very excited. I'm sure she'll read it with me. I love the little cat sketches on the outside. Should we find a quick one to read? Let's see, what's a short one? The Rum Tum Tugger, T.S. Eliot. He had a whole book of poems. Of course, the musical Cats, I think, is based on T.S. Eliot's book. The Rum Tum Tugger is a curious cat. If you offer him pheasant, he would rather have grouse. If you put him in a house, he would much prefer a flat. If you put him in a flat, then he'd rather have a house. If you set him on a mouse, then he'd only wants a rat. If you set him on a rat, then he'd rather chase a mouse. Yes, the Rum Tum Tugger is a curious cat, and there isn't any call for me to shout it, for he will do, and he do, and there's no doing anything about it. Yes, I actually have not ever seen the musical Cats. I probably should, now that I have a charismatic little cat. I read All Creatures Great and Small by James Herriot for the first time this year. I did go and buy the first volume, but I had some more volumes from him on my Christmas list. So I've only read the first volume, and I do want to read all of them. I don't think it matters the order that you read them in. I hope it doesn't matter, because it's just for winter, I really wanted the snowy covers, and so I put them on my list. And you can see these two actually go together. I love how they all line up. So this is the fourth and fifth volume. The fourth is Home from London after his wartime service in the RAF. And then the fifth is, I'm sure, just more lovely anecdotes and funny stories from the life of this wonderful Yorkshire vet. These three beautiful books at the bottom of my pile, my brother Athos picked up at a used bookstore near him. I did a tour of Athos's bookshelf, and actually my brother Porthos also has an impressive collection of books which we filmed while he was home. Most of his books are in storage in knowledge cubes. So we unboxed one of the knowledge cubes for you guys. I'm gonna have to get to editing that very soon. But it was so kind of Athos. I'm so excited to have some new beautiful old books on my shelf. I have here Rudyard Kipling's verse, The Three Musketeers, appropriately, by Alexander Dumas, and The Arabian Nights, edited by Burton. These are just really beautiful. It says they are International Collectors Library editions, and I did try to look that up, and I think it said that they published these from like the 40s to the 80s, because there's not actually a date inside of them, but many of them, this Arabian Nights does have some illustrations, and yeah, I think they'll just look really fantastic. And I did not have any of these. Very surprisingly, I should have a copy of The Three Musketeers, but I did not yet, so very excited to have these. There were just a handful of non-bookish things that I thought I'd tell you about, and one of them is this beautiful blanket behind me. It is from Pendleton. So some of their blankets are made in the USA. You have to be kind of careful and look closely on their website, because not everything, unfortunately, is made in the USA. But look at this. I'm so excited to have this winter. I feel like I'm just gonna be wearing it all the time, like a kind of oversized shawl. It's so beautiful. And it does actually have a different, kind of the reverse colors on the reverse side. What is this one called? I feel like it was called the Agate Beach, Jacquard Throw, Pendleton, since 1863. Yeah, so this is just really, really special, and so excited to have that. And then two little things. Can you see them on this shelf right here? So my family really enjoys Pokemon. I have 4 brothers, so I kind of grew up loving Pokemon too. It's just a really fun family thing. And I discovered on eBay these tiny little figurines. I do have 2 already. You may have seen them in past videos on my desk. But I did mention to my gift givers that these were beautiful, that these were something I'd be interested in having more of. So I got Glaceon, and this is Pachirisu, a little squirrel, and a little icy fox, icy cat, if you will. Yeah, the brand is called Rement. Here are the boxes. This one, they do make a whole series of these. So this one is like different Pokemon on logs that you can kind of click together. And then Glaceon was from the Terrarium collection. They have, they have like a fall. And then my last thing here, my mom found me some really cute cat magnets. They're so adorable. So many different poses, very reminiscent of Cymbeline. Yes, so that was my quick what I got for Christmas haul. First book haul of 2023. I'd love to hear about what books you guys are planning to read this year, or did you get anything new for Christmas that you're excited for? Stay tuned for my Feb Regency TBR. I will have that for you guys very soon. And of course, lots of fun bookish videos for the new year. I did already post my top 22 reads of 2022 video. If you haven't caught that yet, I'll link it up above. And I did also do a New Year's Eve blog post over on my blog, bookishprincess.substack.com. I shared my reading journal, which I managed to catch up. I'm always falling behind on that, but I got the sketches. I don't have it within reach, otherwise I would show it, but you can just go to the blog to see all the photos of that. And then I also posted our book club schedule for the Bookish Kingdom Book Club, and one other exciting bookish plan for 2023. The lovely Kate Howe and I are going to be planning a kind of joint subscriber book club meetup in person. It's going to be in the northeastern United States in kind of late April, early May. We are going to be reading and discussing a book. It's going to be The Sherwood Ring by Elizabeth Marie Pope, which is one of my favorite books. So I'm really excited to chat about that and hopefully see a bunch of you guys in person. Kate and I met up in the fall and we kind of had this idea and have been thinking about it and planning it out. We are going to be sharing more details by email as we figure things out. So if you have not yet already, you can send me an email, emma@bookishprincess.com, and I'll make sure I add you to the list. That's about it from me. I hope your 2023 is off to a wonderful start. I'll talk to you again soon, and until then, stay bookish. Bye, guys.